So, air pollution. Something a lot of people, you know, brave people are banging on about at the moment, and quite rightly so as well. Greta Thunberg and other people like that care about the planet that we all live in and the air that we breathe. But little is known about the connection between air pollution and dementia, but we are looking into it, and I've got some facts here for you. And the studies in that bear the fact out that exposure to high pollution, be it car fumes or fumes from factories, wildfires even, those sort of things, exposure to them does raise your risk of getting dementia in later life, and I'll try and explain why. When things get burnt, they produce what they call particulate matter. These are extremely tiny particles of toxins, waste, metal things, chemicals and stuff like that. And if they are 2.5 microns or smaller, then we can breathe them in. They can be ingested through our lungs, and they can be passed into our bloodstream. There's a certain size that can be filtered, goes through the filters, let's say, of particulate matter, and they've measured it at this 2.5 microns or something, and they are 30 times smaller than the thickness of a human hair, so we can't see them. We can't, when we breathe them in, not necessarily do we always know that we're breathing them in, but boy does our late self, our future self, appreciate what happens, like, you know, when they've got ingested in our bodies, because they do 100% have an effect on raising the risk of us getting dementia, at least, apart from all other health matters anyway. So if you live in a highly polluted area, air pollution above a certain thing, and there's lots of these smaller than 2.5 microns particulate matter things in the air around you, the studies have proved that you're 17% more likely to develop dementia in later life, simply by just being in that environment. So that's in high car fumes, by power plants, factories, and if there's wildfires, you know, quite often in your area. So what is the science that sits behind them? Well, these toxins and stuff that get into the blood systems, they hinder our own brain's ability to clear the amyloid plaques and proteins in our brain, so they slow up the process of our own body cleaning these amyloid proteins away. So it's a sort of an indirect hit, if you like, to our brain workings. So if you've ever been ticked off, or by going into a city's clean air zone, basically this is the science that sits behind why they're there in the first place. I'm not expecting you to say, oh well, that's all right then. Of course not, no, because it's a highly charged political thing, these clean air zones and the charges and things like that. But there is a definite 100% scientific reason sat behind them, why they put them in place. So everyone living in Bristol city centre, for instance, is slightly better off now and has a slightly better chance of not getting dementia than they did before the clean air zone was put in, and that's a fact. And they've also discovered that the main dementia you're likely to succumb to with a lot of air pollution will lean you towards the dementia called vascular dementia, because it's to do with your blood vessels again, and things getting not cleared away in your brain through the blood vessels. Anyway, so that's air pollution. I'm not going to go up the road of political things or anything like that. However, reducing air pollution is always going to be a good thing, especially when it comes to people getting dementia or not.